What's the dumbest thing you've ended a friendship relationship over? I had mentioned to a friend that I wanted to see Tron Legacy. She got quiet for a few days, then she blew up on me about it. Apparently, the original Tron was her ex-husband's favorite movie. Just mentioning the movie brought back bad memories for her. I still can't bring myself to watch it because she made me feel so ashamed for having an interest in it. Yeah. I don't make many friends anymore because I find it doesn't take much to piss people off. And if it makes no sense, it doesn't to me either. I never had anyone just yell at me like that out of a fucking movie. Who'd accept one bag of crisps, and he was oddly specific that no one was to order food until 9. But because by then everyone was drunk, it took forever to actually get people to work out what they wanted. I was staying with another friend, so I had to wait until he wanted to leave, which ended up not being until 5 a.m. Never spoke willingly to the guy who threw the party again, and felt pretty vindicated when I saw him posting a lot of racist jokes later. So I was like, oh, dodge a bullet. I was dating this guy and went with him to his family's Thanksgiving. It was the worst tasting, most disappointing meal I've ever had in my life. That's fine. Not everyone is a great cook, but what got me was that he was ranting and raving about how this was the best meal his mum had ever made, can she repeat it, etc. It gave me the ick so bad. I love food that is actually delicious, and I saw my future laid out before me of him only wanting to eat bullshit, and me having to settle for mediocre meals the rest of my life. I broke it off a week later. Why lifestyle switch for 2 years? I tried to educate them when they'd ask me questions, but it always came back around to them putting down my lifestyle choice, trying to be funny but were just cruel. The final straw was when my godson's mother trolled a FB post of mine. That was not directed at her or anyone personally, it was a general post. She got triggered, made a condescending comment. I replied something petty, thus to blow up me, inevitably being ostracized from the friend group. Good riddance. When I was 12-13, the teacher asked me to recite a poem. I made a mistake, pronounced a word incorrectly, and the teacher said something funny. I did not like it, and I looked at my then best friend and saw her smiling. Maybe she was smiling to comfort me, or simply smiling, but I thought she was laughing at me for the mistake I made, and it hurt my ego. Never talked to her after that. It has been over 2 decades. I see her every now and then these days and I feel stupid. I want to talk to her, but I don't know how to start the conversation. My name is heavily featured in a god-awful song from the early 60s. I briefly dated a guy who kept singing that song to me. I told him, more than once, that I hated that song. He needed to stop. He didn't seem to think purposefully annoying me was cute. Turns out I was serious. He was shocked. But you know what? It's a simple request that cost him nothing. If he can't or won't honor something like that, I'm out. Life's too short to tolerate crap music and pests. Oh boy, I have a real superficial one. We ended our decades-long friendship cause I accidentally revealed to her friend from her other friend group, who was my neighbor, that I got us tickets to a sold-out concert. Cause she lied to them that she couldn't get, and she would have gone with that friend group if she had gotten tickets. Never did I feel as terrible as that day realizing we were the inferior friend group in her life. Mind you, we are in our 40s and it was a cock concert. Internet buddy who felt entitled to my time. Mind you, I'm the kind of person who won't start a conversation for months, but I'm always online and reachable. He just got mad that he was always initiating the conversation. I ended up blocking him because I did not want to be chewed out and scolded over not reaching out. He ended up messaging my sister on Facebook, who didn't even know him, to say goodbye to me, which I thought was really fucking creepy of him. First boyfriend in middle school told me he wouldn't be able to talk for a few weeks, so I broke up with him via aim-away message. It was something like going out to play basketball. By the way, Kevin, I think we should break up. I didn't play basketball. Later found out he couldn't talk to me BC he had another girlfriend with the same name as me. I made the right decision, but with the worst execution. Middle school relationships are intense. The lack of maturity. They were a month younger than me, and we'd known each other since primary school, but they still had the emotional maturity and lack of awareness, time and place of a young child. We were on and off friends for years, and one day they just never messaged back. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I know it's mean to say, but they actually put light to the feeling of being embarrassed to be around someone. Not me, but a friend, my wife, and I went to a 40th birthday for a friend. As we were leaving, she was fully absorbed in conversation and we waved goodbye and thought we made our point. Unfortunately not. She cut us off for 3 years for not saying goodbye, wouldn't speak to us or acknowledge us at all. She softened a little with the passing of her wonderful mother, but it's never been the same. I got engaged and was wedding planning and asked a friend to be a bridesmaid. She asked me if I could move my date because in case her boyfriend proposes, that's the day she would want to get married. I told her I'd make it easy for her and she doesn't have to be in my wedding. Best of luck. No was kind of unhinged, and that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Why, with so many people in my city that we literally couldn't go to a bar, club, enjoy my own wedding, go to most entertainment venues without her getting anxiety because she ran into someone she knew. Not throwing shade on if someone chooses to do that, but when you make it my problem and ruin my fun due to your actions, I'm not thrilled to hang out with you. I dated a guy who didn't clip his toenails in a timely manner, so they'd scrape against my legs and feet when we would cuddle. I asked him to clip them, and he did. A few weeks later, same problem. I considered asking him to trim the toenails again, but I didn't see a future with this guy if this was going to be a regular occurrence, so I broke up with him instead. I developed alopecia and started wearing wigs at age 26. I met a nice guy who I really hit it off with, but I was scared that when he saw me without hair, he wouldn't want me anymore. So I let the relationship die. You'd be surprised how often insecurities will get in the way of happiness. It's like the saying goes, it's not you, it's me. No, really, it was me. I'd just gotten fallout New Vegas and didn't leave the house for ages. My friend came round to call on me one day and says your girlfriend has asked about you because she's not seen you for like 3 weeks and you've not even texted her. Do you still want to be together? I just turned around and said, probably not anymore. No, and carried on playing full out. I was living with my best friend at the time, and he told me I should break up with my girlfriend because she'd call the place looking for me while she was high and he found it annoying. So I did because I was stupid. Started dating someone else not long after, and he started sleeping with my new girlfriend after her, while behind my back. God damn, I was an idiot. When I was 19 or so, I had a friend sell me a quarter of pot. An hour later he called me, saying he needed to buy it back, so he could sell it to someone else for more money. I told them no. I already bought it. They said I didn't understand their struggle, so I gave them the difference they wanted and haven't spoken to them since. That was 8 years ago. One of my closest friends from high school leaned hard into flat earth, red pill philosophy, Illuminati, Conan, etc. All of it. It was fun to fight with him about it for a while, before it just denigrated into calling each other stupid all the time. Every conversation lead back to the same bullshit. Had to drop him, and it sucks since it's all pointless shit. My best friend from 5th grade all the way through to my senior year of high school, and I broke up because her boyfriend thought she and I spent too much time together. We are both women. Fast forward to when we both graduated from college, and we once again became best friends and have been friends ever since. We're now in our 50s. Creating drama and playing the victim in our guild in and mo after being upset we didn't try his strat first in a blind run. Top it off with people sympathizing with the victim who started the entire drama because they've known him for longer than me. Cut them all out of my life and the game along with them and feel so much better. Lol. A girl. Not what you may think though, he got a girlfriend. I'd been a friend of his for nearly 10 years. I am girl. Girlfriend got jealous and told him I'd been making rumors about his mother. He screamed at me. I told him that she was lying. He believed her and started sending me abusive messages and threatening to dox me. Didn't know how to dance even though she had never seen me dance. And I was on a dance team then refusing to apologize when I said it was offensive and instead telling me a real friend speaks the truth. Which, yeah, I can appreciate it, except she had never seen me dance and so could not know the truth. This was a long 2 weeks for me in high school. Started dating a really nice guy, but every time we went to the mall, this was 1990. If I even looked at something, he would buy it. I felt incredibly uncomfortable with this, and after 2 weeks of it, I left all those gifts by his locker and broke up with him. Agreed to try sleeping with a friend of several years. It should have been fine, but after hooking up I found out that friend wasn't the age they'd said they were. It destroyed my sense of trust. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't have been as bothered by the discrepancy if we hadn't fooled around. I've lost more than a few friends over $20. It isn't about the money. To do something, then do it. Don't go telling me about how you couldn't afford $20 because of this and that, when we both know you just forgot to get it and then spent your money on other things. School friendships were weird. I stopped talking to one of my friends cause one of my closer friends had a problem with him and stopped talking to him. They made up after a while and I didn't have the courage to talk to him cause I didn't even had a reason to be mad at him in the first place. Dude I'd known for 20 years was leaving my place recently. As he was leaving, my cat tried to go out. She's indoor-outdoor, and he's very aware of this. He kicked her in the head and gave her a nosebleed, tried to minimize it and act like it wasn't a big deal, refused to apologize. My friend was adamant that he knew everything about cryptocurrency. I told him that's not how financial markets work. Nobody know everything. Bear market 5 hit in 2022. And he lost his life savings. I ended the friendship at that point because he became rude and callous.